Hello everybody, my name is Gwen, also known as Earth Angel G, one of God's messengers, coming to you today with another life lessons video from the universe. Today, this video is speaking of stagnation, inertia, permanence, and fixity. Stagnation, the state of not flowing or moving, lack of activity, growth, or development. Inertia, a tendency to do nothing or remain unchanged. Permanence, this state or quality of lasting or remaining unchanged indefinitely. And fixity, the state of being unchanged or permanent. I asked as you go over the video with me today that you wouldn't mind hitting that likes button, share these videos, and definitely make your comments about the beautiful artwork that the universe is providing for us. In this video today, it's important that you pay attention to the fence behind the storage house. Today in this video, pay attention to the fence behind the storage house. You'll see lots of examples there of people being stagnant and stuck, just sitting around not doing anything. Another place is on the bench next to the storage house. There's this little lady. Looks like she has her head held back. She's perhaps asleep with her mouth wide open. Next to the tree, you'll see another guy that's just standing around, not moving from that spot. So this is what this here video is speaking of. People who are not moving, who will never be successful if they don't decide to get up and get to moving and make something of their lives. So today this video signifies wanting to fulfill a big goal or complete a big project, but you're not taking all the steps necessary to get there. And there is a general feeling of emptiness. Sometimes circumstances come to an abrupt end that is completely unexpected. It calls you to stop procrastinating and complete that which remains unfinished, to avoid disappointments from delays, milestones, from taking shortcuts, or just not willing to follow the necessary steps to reach your goal or completion. It's not time to panic. It's a heads up to let us know we are slacking and need to get on track. If we are to increase the energy flow from the lunar unconsciousness to the physical awareness, your efforts may bring you some success, but the success may not be as good as you expected, causing feelings of disappointment, unfulfillment, and failure, because you are needing to complete a chapter of your life. A series of flows in planning or failure to follow something through, reflecting a lack of decisiveness about where your best opportunity lies or in what direction you want to go. A misuse of one's mental power. You could be feeling stifled on the communication front, or even doubtful of yourself, lacking logic, reason, integrity, ethics, and morals, or using too much logic or not enough, and desires to keep others at arm's length. Just stop right now. This isn't helping anything. It just increases those feelings of indecisiveness and lack of mental clarity. The quiet power. You may not be the loudest person in the room or the most visible in public platforms. However, you have a lot to contribute and share in your own magical way. You're being too harsh on yourself and others. It's a sign that you may be too much in your head, stressing about imagined scenarios. You are possibly so set in your ways for so long that it almost feels impossible to change, and mortality and integrity has been compromised. This can mean that you need help managing from someone that's helpful and kind, the mothering type, who is compassionate, helpful, and kind, who honors your emotions by exploring the deep wells of your heart. Someone who's creative, perceptive, delightful, and romantic. Someone sensitive, quiet, and virtuous. They have a natural tendency to fall deeply in love and is very idealistic. Has the ability to always look on the bright side of things, utilizing sensitivity and relying on intuitiveness. Who advises you to connect and listen to your inner voice, just like they do. They possess plenty of experience in matters of the heart and cares about those in their lives and connects with people on a deeper emotional level. Love, health, money, sensitivity, gentleness, and affection are just some of their positive attributes. Also, a little bit psychic and majorly magical. A fierce defender of love itself. Because without this type of support, your luck and fortune may take a turn for the worse, and you may experience unexpected change or negative forces. A new cycle could already be underway. Luck has not been on your side, and misfortune has been following you. A indication that challenging times are ahead, and the change coming may be difficult and illuminating repetitive cycles, patterns, and recurrent life lessons, suggesting that you may have dropped from the heights and have been sent back to the beginning to either start over or reframe your plan. A grim reminder of the consequences of not putting money or resources aside for slower periods. Bad luck is here, and you might feel like things are out of your control. The wheel of life and love is always turning. Life is constantly changing, a sign that things are not going as you expected because of poor or no planning and your resistance to change. One major phase in your life is ending, and a new one is going to start. A time where you can deeply connect to your higher self. A definite ending, an absolute transition, and an elimination of much of the past. Involuntary changes and major transformations. So be prepared for the worst. After the darkness comes light, and then comes rebirth, which can often feel like a death when its force of impact hits hard. A dramatic change in order to have a new beginning, often associated with some sort of loss, failure, or destruction. the creative force of the cosmos, and 3, here, the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. A time to rejoice in endings and beginnings. The two are not so different. Doesn't feel like too much hard work. It could indicate laziness, lack of discipline, willingness, and desire. A period of frustration and disappointment. Your attention to detail could be holding you back, and you feel trapped in your work life. If you don't like your job, it's time to look for a new one. Don't stay in a job you hate. Distractions or blocks in your energy flow can leave you feeling exhausted and restless, lazy, neglectful, and or a lack of focus, and perform sloppy work or efficient at best. One Bible verse in regards to stagnation is in John 12:21. It reads, "Unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it will remain a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds." And spiritual stagnation is the kind of dying that leads to a death. The spirit of stagnation is a stubborn spirit. It does not disappear on its own. You have to pray aggressively to get it out of your life. You need to pray all the 400 points in this book for you to be free. As you pray, the good Lord will end the spirit of stagnation in your life. Stagnation comes because there isn't anything that excites you enough to take action. If you don't have a habit of setting goals and instead just leave yourself to daily mundanes, it's not surprising you are experiencing stagnation. What do you want to do if there are no limitations? Stagnation, simply put, is the lack of growth and development. Even without a broad scale for measuring stagnation, there are signs to look for, such as lingering procrastination of your goals, lack of enthusiasm to do anything, retreating into sleep, entertaining, and other mindless activities of comfort. Here are 7 ways you can start to overcome the stagnation in your personal and professional life. First of all, you're not the only one. Become inspired again. Try new things. Vocalize what bothers you. Don't be afraid. Concentrate on what you want, not the goals of others. And interact with your community. Breaking the forces of stagnation, according to the praying eagle. In scriptures, Philippians 3:13 through 14, Joshua, 1st chapter, 9 through the 11th verse, Exodus, 2nd chapter, 23rd through the 25th verse, Genesis 39:20, Daniel 11:32, John 8:32, Acts 12:26 through 27, Psalms 37:25, Psalm 6:18, Isaiah 59:1 through 3, Psalms 27:9 through 10, Jeremiah 5 and 25 and Psalms 34 and 10. Exhortation. Stagnancy is a state of no progress, no event, a time when enemies are prevailing in one's life, a period when there is no movement. Stagnant water will usually smell. It is a period when shame and reproach is the order of the day, a time when it seems as if God does not answer prayers anymore, a condition in which it's like the more you pray, the greater the problems, or the more the problem increases.